Hi, recapped world here. Today I am going to explain movie called The Shape of Water. The Shape of Water is a 2017 American romantic fantasy film. A city is shown at the beginning of the film. A girl named Elisa lived in this city. She talked sign language because she was dumb. Someone tortured her in her childhood. Seeing scars on her neck, we get to know that someone drew an organ out from her neck. Due to this, she became dumb and never spoke since then. Elisa was all alone in this world because she had no family. She had a neighbor named Giles. She treated Elisa as her family member. He was a great painter. Elisa worked in a lab as a cleaner. Her best friend also worked there. Both were so close to each other and loved each other so much. Whereas, other people didn't like Elisa but hurt her every time. Therefore, Elisa also didn't use to talk much to anyone. While they were cleaning the lab, an officer tells them that a team is coming to our lab. They are bringing some kind of mysterious thing with them. That thing was so precious and priceless and has never come in this lab. In a short time, that team comes there. It had a huge water tank. It had something in it. When Elisa goes near it, it starts moving and makes noise. Then a team comes there and takes it to a safer place. Elisa and her friend were unable to understand anything. The next day, while cleaning, they hear something from that room. The room where that water tank was placed. A colonel comes out of that room. He was so selfish. He was the leader of this whole project. His hand was bleeding. Due to the immense pain, he sits on his knees. A team comes there and brings the colonel with it. Then Elisa and her friend are told to clean that room. When they enter the room, they find blood there. Someone's 2 severed fingers were also there. It was of Colonel. Maybe that thing injured her that was brought here. Elisa puts these fingers in a packet. Elisa's friend goes to call someone. Then Elisa sees a huge water tank there. It was made of glass. When she goes near it, it had a weird creature in it. It has 2 hands and feet like humans. Elisa puts her hand on the glass and that creature puts its hand exactly there. Elisa's friend and a man come there at the same time. That creature moves backward. Elisa had acknowledged that what's exactly in that lab. Therefore, the next day, she goes to that place again for lunch. There was a huge pool there. That creature was inside the water. Elisa sits at the wall of the pool. She had also brought an egg with her. She strikes a spoon with it to make noise. Hearing this noise, that creature comes out of the water. Seeing this, Elisa removes the eggshell. She wanted to give this egg to that creature herself. But that creature was afraid of Elisa. Therefore, it doesn't take that egg from her. Then Elisa puts this egg on the wall. That creature takes this egg with it in the water. After it, Elisa also goes out. Then Elisa and her friend are called by that colonel. He was the colonel whose fingers were cut off by that creature. He says that your duty is to only clean that lab. You will not stay there after your work has done. Because the creature there is very bad and very dirty. We have picked it up from the mud. All the way we have been enemies of each other. And you too will be far away from this creature. But Elisa doesn't pay heed to it. She goes there at lunchtime again. Today she brought a music system to make noise. She plays the music. She puts the egg again on the wall. After doing it, she enjoys her meal as well. That creature comes out of the water. It also starts listening to music. It also eats the egg that Elsa had placed there for it. In fact, both of them started talking to each other in sign language. This series grows over time. Then both of them become friends. Elisa was happy with its friendship. because she was all alone in this world. She had no one in this world except two people. One her neighbor Giles, and one her friend. She is happy that she has found her third friend. She doesn't care that her third friend is creepy and another creature. She is very happy to have it as her friend. She used to visit it every day at lunchtime and spend her time with it. The two used to talk to each other in gestures. One day they are both talking. But then the doctors come there. They were doing research on this creature. They secretly see the two of them talking. They think that there is a connection between this creature and Elisa. But they do not show this Elisa that they have seen everything and they know everything. They were scientists as well. They were doing research on this creature for America. But they were German agents, spies. Because there is a Cold War going on between the two countries. And so the two countries kept an eye on each other's political and scientific activities. That's why these doctors secretly gave all the information about this creature to Germany. The next day Elisa goes to see this creature again. She sees the creature has been chained mercilessly. Seeing this, he feels pity for this creature. Because its body was bleeding. Then she feels as someone is coming there. So she hides quickly. That was the Colonel. He hated this creature a lot. He had an electrical iron rod. So he gives it an electrical shock. Then General comes there. He says that I expected it to be small, but it's so huge. Colonel tells him that the people of Amazon consider it their god. They throw fruits, flowers, and many things in the water for it. Colonel says that if we want to know about this creature, we'll have to kill it. Because it is only possible to do research on it after killing it. And as his body is, we can't do anything without cutting him. But the doctor tells them that its condition is worse. The strange thing is that it breathes from two places. We should do research on it, not kill it. But they didn't want to listen to doctors. The doctors say that if we don't leave it in water, it'll die. Seeing that creature, it felt as if it has become unconscious. At last, they put this creature into the water. The doctor stops the general by saying that you can't kill it. General says, "Don't tell me what to do and not. I have the whole authority and I can do anything." General asks the colonel to manipulate the creature's body. We also want to know that what it is. Doctors feel sad because they didn't want to kill this tongueless creature. No doubt they are spies, but they are human beings first. Therefore they feel pity for that creature. They didn't want it to be killed. Elisa was also there. Elisa also gets hurt as the doctors. Coming home, she tells everything to Giles because she was worried that they will kill that creature. She says that they are like me, they are tongueless and my friend. I want to help it. He becomes happy seeing me, my weakness doesn't bother it and accepts me in every condition. Giles says that sadly we can't save him. Because the people in whose custody it is, these people are very powerful. We are ordinary humans, we can't compete with them. Saying this, he goes away. Elisa was so sad. So do Giles because they both were alone and had no one in this world except that creature. Giles comes back and says to Elisa that he'll help her in saving that creature. I'll do as you want because we are family. Elisa becomes happy and relaxed. They plan to take that creature out of those cruel people. Elisa takes a wise step as she goes there. She turns the cameras upward so that people don't see that they ran with this creature. Then she fills a cart with a lot of towels. Then she goes to that creature that was chained. To open these chains was nearly impossible. Then those doctors come here and Elisa gets shocked seeing them. But doctors also wanted to see this creature alive. Therefore he gives the key to these locks to Elisa. Elisa opens the locks of that creature. This creature understood feelings and was very intelligent. Elisa puts this creature in a cart. She starts coming out using a tunnel. Elisa's friend gets to know about Elisa's task. Therefore she blocks the cart and says, "You won't do it." But Elisa explains to her that if we leave it here, that cruel people will kill it. Hearing this, she also agrees to be with Elisa. They start moving. Giles was trying to come inside, but the guard doesn't let him come inside. Guard thought that their cart is fake, but the doctor helps them here again. They toxicate the guard. They take that creature out from there. But the colonel doubts that something's wrong at the door. But when he comes to the door, everyone had gone. Elisa brings it home and puts it in her bathtub. Because that creature is water habitant and can't survive without water. Elisa was happy to get her friend. She decides to leave this creature to the sea on the 10th because it will rain that day. Due to this, it will go to its destination, which is the sea. The next day, Elisa goes to work so that no one suspects Elisa that she freed that creature. Giles was with that creature at home, taking care of it. But he falls asleep meanwhile. The creature comes out of its bathtub. It kills their cat. Giles sees him eating their cat. Giles stops him from doing this, but he runs away. It injures Giles's hand. When Elisa gets home, she doesn't find this creature there. Giles says that he got scared. He isn't at fault. Go and bring it back. Elisa does the same and brings it back to the home. As that creature had feelings, so it was ashamed of what it did before. He puts its hand on Giles's hand and asks him to do the same. Giles also puts his hand on its head. The next day, Giles sees that this wound is completely healed now. Giles was happy to see that his head grew hair. With the passage of time, Elisa's and that creature's friendship turns into love. They started loving each other. They both got really close to each other. In the lab, the general warns the colonel to find that creature. Otherwise, his professional and personal life will be destroyed. Thinking this, Colonel gets really worried. Colonel doubts the doctor that he freed him. Because he knew that the doctor didn't want to kill that creature. Therefore, Colonel goes to his house. The doctor meets two people outside his house. Both of the men shoot the doctor. But the colonel kills both of them there. Colonel had acknowledged that doctors were speaking Russian. It meant that they were spies. Colonel asks them to tell him about that creature that who had kept it. But the doctor doesn't tell him anything. That colonel starts torturing the doctor so that he may spill the truth. But the doctor only tells him that he's only a cleaner. Saying this, he dies. Upon hearing the cleaner's name, Colonel suspects her friend, not Elisa. Because of them worked there. Therefore Colonel now goes to Elisa's home. He asks Elisa's friend about that creature. But she doesn't tell him anything. She says, "I don't know anything about it." But her husband was also there. He tells everything to the colonel. He says that creature is at Elisa's home. "I heard my wife talking to Elisa." Hearing this, he goes to Elisa's home angrily, but her friend informs her before he reaches. She tells her to escape as Colonel was coming there to catch the creature. Today was the 10th and it was also raining. This was the day when she wanted to leave this creature, so she takes it to the sea. Colonel, when reaches Elisa's house, he finds no one there. He finds a note under a calendar. "Today is the day to leave that creature to the sea," was written on it. Elisa had reached her destination. She was saying goodbye to her closest friend, that creature. They both were really sad due to this. They knew they will never be able to meet again. But if this creature didn't go in the water, it'll die already. Therefore it moves forward, but Colonel comes here. He shoots both of them. Both of them fall there. But that creature stands up and goes to him before he could shoot again. Colonel sees that he is injured but still alive. Then that creature kills the colonel. Then that creature holds up Elisa and takes her to the depth of the sea. H equals it touches its hand on the scars on Elisa's neck. Those scars transform into gills. These help to breathe in water. Elisa was also able to breathe in the water. Elisa gets a new life after she had died with firing. In fact, that creature had many powers that saved Elisa as well. They embrace each other and that creature gives Elisa a new life in the water. Both get each other's affection and stay in the depths of the water forever. Giles was also happy for both of them as they got each other. This movie ends with this scene. Thank you for watching.